Good morning! The other day when we were at Hollywood Studios, I showed the Skyliner and mentioned how it was running, but they were not loading guests onto it. And I said, since the incident. And a lot of people were like, wait, what incident? And then I realized I never really explained what my thoughts were on what happened with the Skyliner, or what I think actually happened. So I just wanted to preface this and say, this isn't what Disney says happened. Disney hasn't released any sort of statement saying what exactly happened. This is just my thoughts coming up with what I think happened. So as the Skyliners were in the Riviera station leaving to go to Epcot, one of the Skyliners was about to get onto the line to go to Epcot. And I think maybe they did like an emergency stop because people were kind of rearranging themselves in the cabin and they were not seated properly before the doors closed. And then when they restarted the system, the gondola that was about to catch onto the line to go to Epcot did not actually catch onto the line, causing it to be just ahead of the line, and the gondolas behind it kind of pushed on it a little bit, causing them to kind of jumble up and break the glass on the one that was about to go to Epcot. Nobody was hurt, and they were able to evacuate people. However, people were stuck on the line for around 3 hours. So, since then, the gondola has been closed down while they review it with the manufacturer. Today, it reopened. So we're gonna go to Hollywood Studios, get on the gondola, ride it, see if there's any changes that we can notice, see how it's running, and then we're gonna go over to Epcot and do an update on the construction that's going on around Epcot. So today's gonna be a Disney transportation day because we're gonna ride the gondola over to Epcot, see the France construction, then we're gonna walk around Epcot a little bit, then get on the monorail, go over to Magic Kingdom and back to Epcot so we can kind of get a bird's eye view of some of the construction that's going on around Epcot. Should be a pretty fun day full of construction updates and fun transportation. So let's head on out. So now that we're at Hollywood Studios and we're headed towards the Skyliner, I did want to mention that Disney did say that they were going to have operational delays. So there's going to be a couple of days coming up where their hours are going to be a little bit different. So Skyliner is going to be open from 8 a.m. until 10:30 p.m. starting now. Today's October 14th. Then on October 16th, the Hollywood Studios line, this one that we're getting ready to get on, will be closed. And the other two will be available from 1 p.m. until 10:30 p.m. And then from October 17th through 18th, all lines will be open from 1 p.m. until 10:30 p.m. So a little bit like shorter operating hours. There's an Indiana Jones show going on right now. That's what all these explosions and stuff that you guys are hearing is going on. And then after the 18th, it should return to normal operating hours, which I'm not really sure what those normal operating hours are, but back to what it was before everything happened. So let's go over and ride the Skyliner over to Epcot. Well, there's not too much of a line here to get on. It does sort of seem, and I'm like having a trouble remembering what it was like the first time that we rode it, the last time that we rode it. Seems like there's a little bit more space in between the cabins, and they let them kind of go off a little bit further away from the cabins before. I don't know. Maybe there was just like a little bit of an update to the timing of takeoff. They are, however, still running just as fast as they were before. Really booking it. Let's go get on them and take a ride over to Epcot. Kind of seems like when we first showed up, there was like an influx of people getting on the Skyliner. Now there's not so many people getting on. As we were walking into the Skyliner, they've got a little A-frame out here telling us the operating hours. So just today is 8 until 10:30 p.m. Then they have this awfully snarky sign out in front here that's like, just like everybody else that occasionally has stops and delays, other places do this too. Another question that people had about the gondolas is if you have to fold up your stroller, and you do not. Here we go, we are getting on. And right now, because they're just reopened today, they gave me the luxury of a private cabin. But they said that might not happen all the time. We are in a wrapped cabin, so it's not the best view. And we're in the, I believe we're in the Spaghetti Dog one, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh boy, here we go. Pirates of the Caribbean one. We're on our way over to Caribbean Beach.
To Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, with connecting flights to Epcot International Gateway, Disney's Pop Century Resort, and Disney's Art of Animation Resort. We hope you enjoyed your visit to Hollywood today. Now please goodbye to your adoring fans below. Bye!
So I do need to ask at the next station, because when we were first riding this, when it was first opened, people were just rolling their strollers on, no worries. But then the family in front of me folded up their stroller, but then the family behind me didn't fold up their stroller, and the attendant didn't tell them anything, but then I took off and I couldn't see through the screening back here to see if they actually had to fold it up or not. So I'm gonna be on the lookout to see if that's the case. I believe that you don't have to fold up your stroller, but maybe you do. We will find out in this video.
Traveling over the headwaters of the Everglades. The water that flows from the protected wetlands around Walt Disney World Resort travels all the way to the Everglades, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Gulf of Mexico. Did you know that the entire Walt Disney World Resort is over 40 square miles?
I did.
That's about the same size as the city of San Francisco, and double the island of Manhattan.
Also, there's a little call box over here for emergencies and push button for help. It's so calm up here though. Nice breeze, it's cool inside this cabin. It's a nice day. Nice day for a ride on the gondola. There's nobody on this line that's going over to Epcot. Here we go.
Disney Skyliner has been temporarily delayed. Please remain seated. We will resume your flight as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience, and we'll take flight momentarily.
So unfortunately this trip I was not able to get a private cabin, so there was one other person in here with me, so I'm doing a voiceover just after getting off. And here we are on the gondola ride from Caribbean Beach over to Riviera, which will then take us over to Epcot. We did have to stop once over top of Caribbean Beach, and the cabins were swaying quite a bit over top of Caribbean Beach, but we could only feel it while the cabin was stopped. Once it started moving again, we really couldn't tell how much it was swaying, and it was a very comfortable ride. And then we made it to the Riviera station, which is where the incident happened, and made it through with no delays, no issues whatsoever, and then continued our way over to Epcot. And then we got a view of the construction happening at the France Pavilion in Epcot. Got to see some of the Ratatouille construction, some of the town that they're adding to the back of the France Pavilion. They're making a lot of progress really quickly. You can actually see them start to put together what looks like a facade of an entire town back there. And there's a couple of outbuildings too, which I'm not sure what they are. Maybe some bathrooms, maybe a restaurant, maybe a bakery. I know that these are all things that are going to be added to the new France Pavilion once the area opens up. And we still don't know. All we know is summer 2020. So, and then we made it to the Epcot station. No issues. We stopped one more time right before we made it to the station. But other than that, made it in, no problems, got off, and now we are headed into Epcot.
The Disney Skyliner has been temporarily delayed. Please remain seated. We will resume your flight as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience.
Also, there is a great view of the France construction here from the Friendship docks. Oh, I never asked to find out if we have to fold up the strollers. Let me go do that really quick before we leave. And another question that people were asking about the Skyliner is, how do you get to the buses? And I just overheard some people saying that there's a pathway that you can walk around to the front of Epcot, which I'm not sure about. I know that there is a pathway that leads over to some buses over here at the resorts, but I need to find out some more information. We're gonna do some research right now. So I found out 2 bits of information. Number 1, single strollers do not need to be folded up on the gondola system, but double strollers do. And I don't know if that counts double front to back or just double wide. I would assume double wide because, I don't know, those are just too wide to get in easily and have people maneuver around them. But a single stroller can just fit right in the center of everybody. And then the other thing that I found out is there is no walkway to the front of the park. So those people may have just been misquoted or misunderstood. In order to say you're coming from Hollywood Studios and you want to get to Magic Kingdom, you have to come from Hollywood Studios, get off and either walk up to the boardwalk and take a bus to Magic Kingdom, or just take a bus from Hollywood Studios to Magic Kingdom, or walk through Epcot and then get on the monorail to Magic Kingdom. So in order to get from Hollywood Studios to Magic Kingdom, taking the gondola and then the monorail, you need a ticket to Epcot or a park hopper. But if you wanted to take buses, there's no point in taking the gondola to International Gateway and then getting on a bus to Magic Kingdom. You might as well just take a bus from Hollywood Studios to Magic Kingdom. So hopefully that answers a few questions. Let's head into Epcot. So this area of Epcot is called the International Gateway, and you can see Mickey Mouse right there. The gondola's in the background. A little gift shop over here called the World Traveler. And then Minnie Mouse is also doing a meet and greet over here. And they've been doing this more and more recently. Oh, and Goofy's up there too. I don't know if you guys can see Goofy. He's way up at the top. I'll try to get a closer shot of him. There's the Goof. Meeting and greeting right at the end of the bridge. Just to give you guys a little bit of wayfinding points, if you look at that tower over there, that is Morocco. And just to the right of Morocco, you'll see a large green building. That is Remy's Ratatouille Adventure in France, and that's where we came in at what's called International Gateway. That's where the gondola lets you off and you can enter in Epcot, not at the very front of Epcot. And then we made our way around World Showcase, past the UK. Now we're in Canada over here. And we are going to make our way to the very front of the park in this direction to have a look at some of the construction on our way, and then we're gonna get on the monorail, go to Magic Kingdom and back so we can get a bird's eye view of the construction inside of Epcot. Oh, over here at Refreshment Port, there used to be some bathrooms, and those bathrooms are all walled off now, but they still haven't opened up the new bathrooms next to them. I wonder if they're doing some plumbing work to try to hook up water and electric over to the new bathrooms here. These bathrooms are going to be much larger than the ones that are currently actually closed now. So they were open, I don't know, a while ago, the last time we came. Not open anymore. Well, here's something that's really interesting. So this is the little lake that kind of has the quilt work around it during Flower and Garden. We've got new lights here. These things are, they're fun looking. They're very futuristic looking too. As opposed to what was here before, or what is still here, these little brown things here. Now we've got this gigantic white pillar that at night I'm sure is super bright. The walls that are up around Fountain of Nations have gotten some new designs on them. Real colorful lines and all of the different symbols for the different pavilions. Like this is the land, this one's World of Motion, and then we've got a few new ones as well. I'm not sure what that one is right there. Maybe one of the new space themed things. Maybe that's for the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride. Not 100% sure. So I came around the front of the Fountain of Nations. They also have the wall decorated here. They've got a giant brand new Epcot logo and all these fun little colored stripes. Just to give you guys a perspective of where I'm at, there's the pin store and Spaceship Earth over there, and the wall that says Epcot is directly behind me. And we are going to go this way over towards new Guardians of the Galaxy and the new Space 220 restaurant. Oh darn it, today is October 14th. Tomorrow there will be a brand new pass holder magnet that I can get. Came over by the old Universe of Energy, which is the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride, and they have moved the walls way out. But if we look over top of them, you should be able to see inside. And when we go on the monorail a little bit later, we'll definitely be able to see into that. I've also started doing some painting around it, new colors, and they've moved the walls all the way out here too. Wow, a lot of walls around this. I wonder if that means that the play pavilion is behind walls. Let's go see if we can get to the front of it. What would have been the old Wonders of Life pavilion will now be the new play pavilion. Yep, the old Wonders of Life pavilion's blocked off by walls. This is the entrance to Mission Space. Or that's the exit to Mission Space, that's the gift shop. And you used to be able to walk all the way back to the Wonders of Light Pavilion and back to the Guardians of the Galaxy, but now you can't, there's just walls everywhere. Just looking back at the Space 220 restaurant, looks like they've got all the stucco work done on the outside, now they just gotta paint it. And this looks like it will be the front entrance over here, where this yellow den shield is. Or I'm wondering if it's more likely that the entrance will be over by Mission Space. Maybe it will. Maybe they'll take down some of this berm though right here and they'll have an entrance right through that yellow section. Or they'll just leave this section open over here and you can just walk right over to it. Seems kind of far and out of the way and hard to find if they leave the entrance over here though. One last stop before we head over to the monorail, and that is into the old Odyssey restaurant for the Epcot experience, which has all of the new stuff coming to Epcot, like a preview center. And there was a couple of things in there that I missed the last time we were in there, so I wanted to have a peek at those. Just to kind of give you guys a perspective of where we're at. Spaceship Earth is kind of back there behind us. That's the walkway over there down to World Showcase. And now we're headed over to the Odyssey building. They have a food and wine style sign out here. It's like a triangle sign that has 3 different sides. And on one side, they have all of the different bites that are available here because they do also serve food here because it used to be a restaurant. And they have all of the different beers that they have available here too. Well, I guess I was able to see this stuff before, but it was just very poorly lit. And so now, oh, this is interesting. A jump point from Earth over to Xandar. So this is sort of like the plot of the ride, I'm guessing, because it is a launching coaster. So I'm assuming that you start out on Earth and then you launch using this jump point and make it up at Xandar. Wow, and here is a little model of the ride vehicle. Is it only 4 people? I guess so, it's a roller coaster. So, but these are all on a train. So this is what the ride vehicle will look like for Guardians of the Galaxy. And then as far as Mary Poppins goes, I'm still not 100% sure. They keep saying there will be a Mary Poppins attraction. Who knows what that means? I can tell you this is the concept art, and this just looks like Cherry Tree Lane. But I don't know if there's any more to it. Like, is it a ride? Is it just a walkthrough? Is it just this? Like the exteriors look like Cherry Tree Lane? I don't know. Interesting. It says 17 Cherry Tree Lane and a practically perfect attraction are coming to the UK Pavilion. But I'm not seeing any ride buildings, show buildings, anything. So an attraction could be anything. Could be just a movie. Could be a meet and greet. Could be anything. A couple of photo ops that weren't here last time. Look at that. There's Remy and Emile in the background of the photo op. It's kind of neat. It makes it look like you're the size of Remy and Emile. I also like this Epcot sticker on the orange. They have a concept model of what the multi-level, what I don't know, it's events pavilion, I guess is what it will be. But apparently, you're going to be able to watch the fireworks from the top layer over there. So I think that this is the back, this section over here that faces towards World Showcase Lagoon. Maybe. Okay, so like one big pillar. So maybe it's this right here that faces towards World Showcase Lagoon. Not really sure. Oh, and looks like there's an indoor section too. That'll be nice. Nice and air conditioned. And then there's also a photo op here that makes it look like you're standing on top of Spaceship Earth with Epcot written in the stars. There it is. I need to remember this. I've been calling it Guardians of the Galaxy because I can't remember Cosmic Rewind. So from this point forward, we need to remember Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is the name of the new ride coming to Epcot. There's also a poster for Harmonious, which is the show that's going to come after Epcot Forever, right next to Illuminations. And something that's interesting is it kind of looks like these two mirror each other. The Illuminations poster and the Harmonious poster. Now that we've seen all that, we're headed back up to the front of the park, and we're gonna get on the monorail and get a bird's eye view of some of this construction, like that area right there. We should be able to see from this monorail. Ooh, there's the Toy Story 4 monorail too. Look at that.
We need to go.
Monorail! So over here by Guest Relations, which is kind of just underneath Spaceship Earth over here, we get a pretty good look at Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind because they've cut down a bunch of trees over here. You can see the final color. It's like this matte brown and light blue and dark blue. That's all that we can see from right here, but we'll also be able to see that from the monorail, as you can see the monorail track right there. They decorated the walls around the area where the Leave a Legacy monoliths have been taken out. You can kind of see where they were here. And there's the new Epcot logo. And then there is Spaceship Earth. And the walls around the area that used to house the Leave a Legacy monoliths and the fountain right in front of Spaceship Earth. Now we are outside of Epcot, headed up to the monorail to go over to Magic Kingdom and then back to Epcot, get a bird's eye view of some construction. Speaking of construction, we can see a lot of the construction happening out here. What used to be the tram stop. Looks like they've started pouring some new concrete and everything. Wow. Oh yeah, look at this. This is the new tram stop. You know what kind of stinks about this? The tram stop used to be covered, right? Like it would drop you off underneath here, but now it's not. Now it's just kind of out there. Well, that's interesting. It does seem like it makes it a little bit further of a walk into Epcot, but it looks nice. We made it to Magic Kingdom and now we are on our way back over to Epcot. We'll be seeing some behind-the-scenes construction pretty soon. You can see Guardians of the Galaxy right over there. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Crossing over top is some of the construction for the tram stop. And you should get a closer view of Guardians of the Galaxy. You can see the launch tunnel going through there. So this new light blue building is brand new. And then the existing building is the dark blue building. It looks like they're expanding the existing building. We should be able to look inside over here. Yeah, you can see a lot of the construction they're doing. just painted everything here. And here's the front door, or the front entrance. Wow. And then we can see the play pavilion over there. And then we can see a little bit of Space 2020. Let's go to the other side. There's definitely a lot of construction going on. Oh no, all of the purple martin habitats are gone. We can definitely see that Fountain of Nations is still there. But I have a feeling they're going to start demolishing that pretty soon. Got some little bits of construction going around over here. And a tree. Oh my goodness. Alright, we should be able to get a good view of the fountain in front of Spaceship Earth pretty soon. And all of the monoliths that they have taken out for Leave a Legacy. There's just another section of construction that they've been doing back behind the Innoventions building. Okay, here we go. There's Spaceship Earth. And then you can see the fountain that was in front of Spaceship Earth. And then you can see where all of the Leave a Legacy monoliths have been taken out. And they actually removed all of the concrete too. Wow. And back over to Epcot. So now we're headed back to the gondolas to head back to the car. Just as a real quick side note, as we're headed back to the gondolas, the Skyliner is very busy here today. It is Columbus Day here in America, so a lot of the schools are off. Back at the Skyliner. Get ready to get on and head back over to Hollywood Studios to get back to the car. This is interesting. There's kind of a long line here at the Epcot station to get over to Caribbean Beach, Pop Century, and Disney's Hollywood Studios. Here we go. Headed back to Hollywood Studios.
That's bad because like all the kids are because we're here waiting for like 20 minutes.
More France construction. Looks like the least populated line is the one going to Hollywood Studios. Nobody in line headed back there. I have my pick of the litter. I've never seen this BB-8 cabin. Again, these are the 2 times that I've gotten a private cabin is going to and coming from Disney's Hollywood Studios. Here we go! Yeah. Well, you can see all the ones that they have lined up, all the extra ones. So the lines are not full at this moment. This is also the line that has the least traffic underneath it, so it's the calmest. You know what's interesting is people next to me that are going by can probably hear what I'm saying. So, let's see. Hello, fellow travelers! I wonder if they heard that. And this is another one of those situations where conditions are just right that I'm not really getting a breeze inside of the cabin here. It is so peaceful up here. A nice Skyliner ASMR. Oh no, she ruined my ASMR.
In just a few minutes, we will be arriving at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Thanks,
Whether you plan to visit a galactic outpost or play with all of Andy's toys, at Disney's Hollywood Studios, everyone can become the stars of their favorite cinematic stories.
Thank you. We're just gonna go home though, because this is the end of the video. It is a nice, calming, quiet end to the video. Some lovely ASMR as we're heading in to Disney's Hollywood Studios parking lot. It is very busy here today. There are so many cars in the
Before
parking
you
lot.
walk the red carpet,
keep ruining my
remember to double
ASMR.
check your FastPass Plus selections using your My Disney Experience mobile app.
Thanks.
You can also view your star-studded itinerary at a FastPass Plus kiosk when we arrive.
Okay. I won't do that, but thank you for the information. This is such a calming trip. I wish we had a clear cabin so that you guys can see better. She just keeps talking.
Ladies, gentlemen, and members of the Academy, welcome to Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Thank you. And then we can hear the background music playing too. It's so nice. Wow, there are a lot of noises. noises on this line.
Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch your step.
I feel like
Thank
there
you for
are
flying
more
with us.
warnings.
Por favor, permanezcan sentados hasta que las puertas se abren automáticamente.
Be
Al
careful.
salir de la cabina, por favor, cuide a sus pequeñitos, reúna sus pertenencias.
So there you have it. That was our trip out to Hollywood Studios and Epcot to ride the Skyliner now that it's back open again, and to check on the construction around Epcot. Skyliner doing great, fantastic ride still. It seems like it is a little bit less popular now that there has been some controversy surrounding it, and there is a lot going on at Epcot. There is a lot of construction going on, so it's a very exciting time here at Walt Disney World, and all in all, a fantastic trip out here. So with that being said, we are off, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Michael.
And I'm Zoe. Shout out to my twin Sammy. And now it's time to pay the price.